We'll call the meeting to order and open it up to public comment. Please keep your comments to 2 minutes.
Wes White, Lewis, Monterey County Homeless Union co-president. I guess just I'm feeling pretty good about stuff. I'm not here to complain this morning, so hopefully that is received well. I want to mention a little bit about sanction encampment, and it's going to be an agenda item in the city of Salinas soon, I believe, and it does feel like there should be a majority support for improvements of how that jurisdiction will decide how to do a sweep and when. I guess I'm just hoping there will be a lot more support going forward as far as trying to push that position on paper on sweeps and actually putting it to those jurisdictions of you need to let us be in more control of when and how those sweeps happen, if at all, because we should be mitigating issues and making sure the trash can be removed. Use Smith and Enright for that purpose instead of just removing all of their possessions, their survival gear, running water, electricity, kitchens, bathrooms, full bathroom. We can support these people a lot better, especially with the millions, tens of millions now that have gone into getting rid of people, the same people we still say we're going to have to support and that we know we need to support because these are human lives. So I appreciate all your efforts and hope going forward we can really take control of the whole cycle of taking care of people, not just only it feels like a battered relationship, with an abusive father and a mother that's probably been abused herself, and now it's the kid getting it mostly, and it's just we need to take care of these children, man. We're here to nurture folks, not just say, oh well, I guess it's not my problem.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up that we have 16 families in jeopardy of being evicted in 60 days of Carmel Del Mar, plus the 6 families that were originally processed to move in April. That are not being allowed to move in. It's a big issue for those 22 families that are homeless or about to be homeless again. And I'm sure at agency updates, I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a few minutes, but it's an ongoing problem. It's a very hot topic for us, and I'm advocating that there be a transition plan and not people that just got out of homeless.
Okay, we have a membership application from Interfaith Outreach of Carmel. Genevieve, did you want to lead on this?
Yes, I can. So, Barbara, agency of Interfaith Outreach of Carmel, with their membership application, a member of the coalition. We wanted to take the opportunity.
Okay, so a recommendation from the coalition staff to approve Interfaith Outreach. Barbara, did you want to say anything?
I was going to ask if I should be on right now, just because of the vote. But no, we appreciate the opportunity to hopefully become members.
Okay, and Genevieve, are we calling for a vote right now?
Calling for a vote, yes.
Okay, Barbara, it is an open public session, so you're welcome to stay on. So what I would like to do is have a motion that we elect Interfaith Outreach as a member of the coalition. May I have that from one of our members?
Kurt, I would like to make a motion. I just wanted to say that this organization has been working with homelessness and specifically Carmel Del Mar families for many, many years. It's an awesome organization. They're very mission-oriented and committed to helping homeless families, and I think they're going to be a great addition. So I move to include them.
Thank you, Anna. So one motion. Do I have a second?
This is Alexa at HRC. I'll second.
Thank you, Alexa. Any further comments on Interfaith Outreach members? Again, speaking for the coalition board, we are an open, inclusive organization. We are really striving to have more members that can help us do the many goals that the coalition has within the community. And I thank Barbara Dickinson for being an active participant in our meetings up to this point. So I think the commitment has been shown through my eyes. Any other comments? Okay, may I ask for a vote then? All members in favor of Interfaith Outreach becoming a member of the coalition, could you please say aye or raise your hand?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Are there any opposed? Okay, with that, Interfaith Outreach becomes an official member of the Coalition of Homeless Services Providers. We're very grateful for your interest, Barbara. We're very excited to have Interfaith Outreach as full members and very grateful to the organization for a unanimous vote. So please do stay with us. Okay, and now the very popular around the room while we do member updates. So we will start at the top again. So Access Support Network, 2 minutes, please. I thought you were on. Share Center?
Present, no new updates to give at this time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Central Coast Center for Independent Living.
Well, we are going to have a workshop today in Salinas. It's on a master plan for aging, so we want to get feedback from our seniors with disabilities about the needs of the seniors in our county, so we can give back to you guys about, the feedback that we got from the seniors. And I think that's all the only update that I have.
Thank you very much. Chispa, are you on?
Yes, I'm on. No big update, but we're still clawing our way through completing the 66 apartments in East Garrison. We're getting there. Let's say
excellent.
This summer.
Do you have this summer? Thank you.
Toward the end of the summer. Yeah. Well, it's the limitation will be when PG&E sets meters. So one parcel is really almost finished, and the other one is not because of the rain, and it was a muddier parcel. But both have to wait to be. The meter set is always going to be for both at once, and we'll see. But we're starting to actually put the word out. We're creating flyers to get people on our interest list from which we will select tenants. 43 of the units are for people working in agriculture, and the rest are for anybody. But there may be some in this organization who want to help us get the word out to people. 15 units are project-based Section 8. So I don't know, maybe I'll send to Genevieve a flyer. She can forward it.
Thank you, Dana. That's a good idea. So Genevieve will forward it out to the members. City of Salinas.
Good morning, Rod Powell, City of Salinas. We do have a few updates. We are onboarding a new street outreach and response team coordinator. She is filling in the space that Keishla Lopez occupied prior to being appointed as a city's homeless services manager. We're happy to have her aboard today. We have had some changes within our department. As many of you know, Megan Hunter has left the city and has become the new city manager in the city of Soledad. Exciting for them. In her place, Lisa Britton has been appointed to that position by the city manager. I've stepped into a role of acting assistant director for the time being during recruitments. The city's also forging ahead in submitting today a local housing trust fund application. Trying to maximize that application, we're coming in at just under $5 million in matching funds, which could bring in just under $10 million to the city of Salinas for future projects. We are heavily focused on acquisition and partnerships in the Chinatown area in support of the Chinatown Revitalization Plan, and some of the organizations on the coalition are involved in that discussion. We had our annual action plan with HUD approved last night by council, so there will be a number of projects moving forward with significant supports for ongoing funding of sort and our housing pipeline that we're trying to establish. And I want to thank other organizations on this call that are involved with the city's ESG monitoring. We're being monitored by both the federal and state organizations that oversee that funding, which is a fairly significant undertaking. So we appreciate it. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rod. That is very significant. Community Homeless Solutions, are you on yet?
We're on.
Great.
That's a nice segue from Rod. We're one of those organizations working with the city on the ESG audits, and a lot of activity there. Also another audit with the county. So we're busy with those things. Wanted to mention that we've just completed a major refurbishment up in our Hollister shelter. Enrique might have more to say about that, but our guests have been in a motel for a month. Yesterday they all moved back in, and they're getting settled into a facility now that looks very spiffy. So we're excited about that. And then finally, we've been doing a lot of work, interestingly, with the city of Salinas, really on our policies and procedures for Chinatown. And it's been an interesting exercise. It really, I think, has led to some improvements in operations and the environment for the guests. And one of the fun little stories about that is that we updated our pet policy, and that eventually led to some excitement among the staff about the dogs. And now they've built a dog park where the dogs can go do their business and even get a bath. So we now call them dog participants, and that's one of the many improvements. So that's my update.
Thank you, Greg. Spiffy and with dog improvements. Very nice. Okay. Community Human Services, are you on yet?
So we continue to have a variety of positions open for shelter monitors, counselors, clinicians, and others. So if you do hear anyone, again, just let us know, or you can ask them to go to our website. For our youth shelter, we're doing very well. Finished the majority of the construction inside. The only thing we do have left is our emergency stairwell, which we're hoping to have that completed by next week, I believe. I hope so. Safe Passage is doing very well. We are at full capacity with 6 residents now, and our renovation is, I would say, about 98% complete. Our last thing is our kitchen countertop, which will be installed on the 23rd over at Safe Passage. And for our street outreach programs in Monterey Peninsula, Salinas Valley, and South County are still doing well. We are just about, we have about 70 clients in total, and we still continue to search for a location out in South County. We currently do have 2 clients in South County that are waiting to receive their keys for permanent housing. For Casa de Noche Buena, again, that one's still doing well. We have a census of 24, 9 of which are single women, and the remaining are families. We had a couple of exits last month as well, which were great, that went into housing. And others are close to receiving the emergency housing voucher, and that's both in Casa Noche Buena and our street outreach programs. And lastly, Schumann Hart House construction is still underway, and we are still expected to be completed for Schumann Hart House to be completed in August of this year. So,
thank you for that. And what will be the capacity of the new housing?
Sean, if you're on here, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 35?
Yes, the maximum capacity is 35. It primarily depends on the family size because there's 4 family rooms. So similar to Casa de Noche Buena, where we do have the max capacity of 35, given the varying ranges of families, it's typically going to be, in the mid to high 20s.
Great. Thank you, Sean and Evangelina. CSUMB.
Hi, good morning. We really don't have any new updates. We're pretty much just doing the same thing that we were doing, last month, which is just outreaching to folks that's throughout Monterey County, particularly in King City and Pajaro. And then we're also we're also in partnership with CISO and the City of Salinas. We're still, managing the EMP program. And right now we are almost at full capacity, and we have folks that's slated to move out in a couple of days. I think like next week. So we're pretty excited about that. And that's it. No updates really. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Dorothy's Place.
Good morning again, everyone. Just a couple of updates. Just wanted to say we just completed our 4-day training / retraining for our CalAIM, ECM, and CS staff. That's a little over 30 people. It was a training that we created ourselves that was a little bit more of an explanation of how CalAIM works from the social service perspective. It went very well and ended with a big party on the last day, so that's always a good thing. And next month we will launch our social enterprise. It's something that we've been working on for about 10 years now, or at least it seems like it's been 10 years. We call it Red Artichoke. It is a workforce development program that uses our very well-equipped commercial kitchen as a tool to train food service apprentices from our House of Peace supportive housing program. It will serve dinner meals to residents at Moongate Plaza that wish to participate, and the graduating apprentices, which we don't expect to graduate until after about a year's time, will be placed in positions in our local restaurant. And that's it for us.
Thank you very much, Jill. Eden Housing, are you on yet? Gathering for Women.
Good morning. Just a couple updates. We have a new position, a reopening of position of volunteer coordinator available, and we are still looking for managing director. So if you know of anyone who is interested in applying for either of those, they're on our website. We also are super excited about our upcoming events, the Women's Ball, which I'm going to put in the chat, that we are co-hosting with Community Human Services this Friday. It was rescheduled from the March event in the rainstorms that got canceled. So if you like dancing, come dance with us. It'll be really fun in Carmel. And lastly, we have seen a huge increase in numbers of new guests over the last month. It's a bit disconcerting to see so many new faces. So I'm not sure if that's a sign of us being better known or a sign of increasing homelessness, but either way, or combination of the two, either way, it's a bit disconcerting. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Stacy. Good point. Hackham, are you on yet? Housing Resource Center.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Not a whole lot to report on our agency either. We do still have a housing specialist position open at our agency that we're looking to fill. We also have some of our own audits that we're taking part of this month and next month, so we're going to be kind of busy on that front as well. And I feel like there was another announcement I had, and I cannot remember it. If I remember it, I will put it in the chat. Oh, yes. My announcement was just going to be that, again, our caseloads have increased. So last time in our coalition meeting, I was saying it was the highest it's ever been at 96 cases. Right now, we're at 102. So we're taking on as many new cases as we can to kind of help with the need in the community. All the more reason why having another housing specialist on board would be really helpful. So if you know of anybody, it's primarily on Indeed, but I'm open if people want to email resumes to me as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexa. And for the first time as an official member, Interfaith Outreach.
I don't really have a lot to report other than I'm really excited about this. And we actually did this last month. We had started an endowment fund for our founder, and that was really exciting.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Interim.
Good morning, all. So on Friday, we had our annual mental health ceremony, and we had between 150 and 200 participants. We're still trying to get the counts correct between all of the people who were checking folks in. We are going to be full tomorrow is the final move-in for our Shelter Cove property. So as of tomorrow, we'll be at 20 beds, which is wonderful. And our other HUD COC project, which is called Shelter Plus Care, has been having some issues with the property manager basically refusing all of our clients, stating even though interim and HUD pay for the whole apartment, stating that all the applicants we keep on sending don't meet criteria, so they don't have good credit or good rental history. And I'm sure that other agencies have a similar experience with, trying to rent out in the community. And I wonder what approaches others have taken to deal with that issue. It's been ongoing for like 3 months, I think.
Sophie, I think that is a problem in the local area, certainly among the members here and the clients we serve. Could I ask that if anyone has recent experience or some novel ideas, you'd reach out to Sophie at Interim so that can be discussed offline?
Great,
and then,
thank you.
Sophie, we can bring that as an update next month as well. Any progress that you've made or any new approaches? I think that is a concern among our members. Okay, next, for the first time, Meals on Wheels of the Monterey Peninsula. Jacob.
Hey, thanks, Kurt. So starting July 1st, we're going to be servicing 2 new group dining sites, and both are in Salinas, one at Sherwood and one at the Firehouse Community Center. So that adds to our current portfolio of group dining sites, which include Pacific Grove, Seaside, Monterey, Marina, and one pre-existing in Salinas. And we just bought a new all-electric delivery van, which will be taking all the meals out to the valley in. So we're excited about that and the opportunity to further service residents of Salinas. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob, and welcome aboard. Min Pen Housing, are you on yet? Monterey County DSS.
Hello, yes, good morning. I really just want to focus in on bringing attention to our 2 public hearing events that are happening. One being tomorrow at the County Office of Education. This is where the Community Action Partnership is able to present the results of our needs assessment. This includes a data review that staff conducted over poverty throughout Monterey County, as well as our survey results from all of you and from the constituents and recipients of services. We're going to present the findings as far as the top needs, as well as this is an opportunity for those who both work with people living in poverty, as well as directly people who are experiencing poverty, make comments about their experiences and our findings. So tomorrow, starting at 5:30, we'll be at the County Office of Education. Their rooms A and B, and there will be food. Please join us for some pizza and an opportunity to hear from the public. There is a second opportunity to hear from the same event, the same content, but at a location in Seaside, at Seaside High School. Their cafeteria at the same time, 5:30 to 7:30. Again, we'll have food and pizza. I will put the flyers in the chat for you. Please share the information and consider attending yourself. If you're not able to attend, we also are accepting written comments throughout the end of the month. And all of this information is included in the final plan that is sent to the state that helps bring down dollars for poverty programs throughout Monterey County. So we really appreciate your engagement with us. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Lauren. Is the Office of Education on yet?
I am. Hi, Donna Smith, Monterey County Office of Education, Homeless Children and Youth Services Program, and very nice to see all of you. So some interesting things that are happening. Our department usually focuses on the education of homeless children and youth in Monterey County and identification, making sure they're served within the district. However, the last couple of years, we have also started taking on some case management, doing CARS assessments, HMIS, all of that. So that said, we need to hire somebody. So I was able to get a grant to hire somebody for 2 years. It's a program specialist. And she is actually meeting with families and helping them with CARS assessments. And also, I got a grant from the United Way to help with rent, first month's rent, and a deposit. So we're actually helping clients right now with that. So I'm really excited about that aspect of our department as well, to be able to support our families. Second of all, EdSource, which is an online news source, is spending some time with me talking about our homeless children and youth in Monterey County, because we have a large number of identified students for the size of our county. So anyway, they interviewed me yesterday, and then they're coming down to interview some of the liaisons in the different districts in order to get a clear picture of how we're serving our homeless families. So that's really good for us, because of course, the more information's out there, hopefully the more funding will follow, and so we can support even more. So good news for us. And yes, Alexa, I agree. We are seeing an uptick of families living in cars on the streets. It's a bigger issue now than it ever has been before. So I agree. We're getting more and more of those families in need. All right. Thank you. Did I make my 2 minutes? Did I make it under 2 minutes?
Yes, you did. Thank you, Donna. And again, the coalition serves 2 counties, so we're very grateful for the 2 members in the Monterey County, and we're also grateful that we have San Benito County represented. So Enrique, can you talk about your department?
Yeah, thank you very much, Kurt. Greg did talk briefly about the shelter we have. We have completed everything from the inside, and it looks great. We did a walkthrough recently, yesterday as a matter of fact, and it's really like walking into a new facility. It looks superb, so I'm very proud of that effort. The last thing that we still have to complete is the roof, so we're working on contractor and getting different bids, but the goal is that for us to have a new roof as well. In the past, we've had some leaks, but nevertheless, that's moving forward. We're also writing diligently, completing the Home Key 3 application. We met with the architect this morning, looking at different schematic designs. So we're planning on using a property that we acquired a couple of years ago to build, looking at least now 50 units for homeless individuals and families. So it'll be a blend, and also to serve homeless youth. That's moving forward. Hopefully we get funding and expand permanent housing for individuals that need. We're still manning the RVs for the 13 families that were displaced due to the storms. That's a good project. We have a social worker assigned to the families, and the goal is to get them out, within 6 months, and it's already passed about a month and a half or so. So we're still working with them. We've been working with the abatement or cleanup contractor, walk the river, and it's just incredible what you see when you actually get there and look at all the different encampments, the ingenious are there, the encampments. Some of them are underground, and it's just there's just so much need. And talking about how difficult it is to get individuals into permanent housing and all the many challenges with credit and all that. It's just, I feel for all homeless individuals, but we still have to keep marching forward and look at different options and create more housing opportunities. But it's a never-ending story. One of the goals is to really expand on permanent supportive housing and make it permanent. Rental subsidies that end. There's always a lot of gaps with that, but hopefully we'll continue to talk about permanent housing and the homeless summit that's being planned. So I'm looking forward to that. So.
Thank you very much, Enrique. Sun Street Centers.
Vanessa will get the report.
Good morning, everyone. I know as many of you are aware, we lost our HUD funding this last year, and it has been, a very tough time for our families right now. We're currently at 16 units filled, but But the unfortunate news is that at the end of June 30th, we don't know if our families will be housed or if they will be asked to leave their housing by Housing Authority. The last update that we had is that they might have 60 days after that to stay housed, but we have referred pretty much all of them for the emergency housing voucher, and we're hoping that, you know, we can get some vouchers for our families. We were also working with 6 families that were in the process of being reviewed by the Housing Authority, and Housing Authority has stopped processing referrals. We found this out around a week ago, and we had 20 referrals that we were working with also on top of that. And, you know, kind of right now we're in a very uncertain situation where we don't know what's going to happen with our families or the referrals that we had coming in. So any ideas that anybody has that we can have to support our families are definitely welcome. Any support. Yeah, I think that's mostly it for us. We'll be updating more as more updates come to us.
Thank you very much. Salvation Army.
Good morning, everybody. Be here. Past 3 weeks, we've had 3 successful exits, 2 from our transitional housing program, 1 from our emergency housing program. All 3 families moved into permanent housing using a combination of HUD low-income housing and HCV. I just want to go over what we offer again one more time. So Good Sam is a homeless day center open from 8:30 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. We've been seeing a great uptick in families needing additional food resources. We just had a drive with the post office, and we got about 9,000 pounds of food, which is really grateful, very helpful for us. And then, of course, we have our housing program. There are 4 emergency units up to 90 days, and then 15 transitional units up to 2 years. However, we're finding that our kids aren't having to wait that long. We have been fortunate in the last several months moving folks out before their times are up, so that's great. So with that, we are taking applications for transitional housing, and I think there's 1 or 2 units for emergency. I'm going to put that into the chat right now, and I am done.
Thank you, John. And for VTC, we currently have 102 residents across housing programs for emergency, transitional, and permanent that are on our property. We just closed construction last week, and contractors are now on site beginning the construction of Light Fighter Village, which will be a 20-month build-out. In the end, we'll have 71 units of affordable housing for low and extremely low-income veterans and their families. There will be a fundraiser at the Forest Theater this weekend with local bands, and it will benefit the VTC Music Therapy Program. And finally, building on what Greg said about dog participants, VTC has a contract with the state to do programming out on Correctional Training Facility Yard B in Soledad. So it's a veterans hub in the prison, and VTC offers programs, gardening, therapy, art programs, things like this out at the prison. Last week we started a dog program, and next week we're starting an equine therapy program. So I can say that out at the prison, VTC has a dog and pony show. So I'm very proud about that. Okay, YWCA, are you on yet? Okay, going back, downtown streets.
Hi, everyone. Oh, really just one brief update. We are applying for a small grant so that we can do some outreach in Soledad and do some CARS assessments down there. So I'll keep everyone posted about that work. We don't currently have any DST operations in Soledad, but we did a special project recently, as we let you guys know last time. So we're just kind of dipping our toe in the water and see if we can help connect folks to resources. So we will keep you all posted as things progress. That is it for us for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Jocelyn. Did I miss anyone that would like to speak? Okay, I call your attention to the chat. Lauren posted dates and information on the community action plan, so please take a look at that. And the award today for the coolest name is Red Artichoke. So Jill, congratulations. You're the winner for today. Okay, and with that, we have updates from the coalition staff. Genevieve?
Yes, and so you'll see we don't have an agency presentation for this time, so if I can get a volunteer, and I'll just throw it out there, that if we have a volunteer for June, that maybe one of our new organizations would be a lovely way to introduce you to the group. So if you are interested, please send me a message and we'll get you on the agenda for next time. A couple of CHSP updates. I'm going to be adding another one in here, but so the HUD NOFO. So the HUD NOFO is going to be coming a little bit sooner than planned from what we've been hearing down the pipeline from the HUD overlords, if you will. And so they said that the NOFO might be dropping either at the end of the month or towards June. For those that don't know what NOFO stands for, it is the Notice of Funding Notice of Funding Opportunity. It just changed from NOFA to NOFO. And so that is our CSP annual funding opportunity that we apply for with the collaborative applicant. It is our, one of the big reasons of us as a continuum of care and one of our responsibilities as a continuum of care. So that's going to be opening up, rather soon, a little bit in the summer. So we'll keep you all apprised once we, of course, hear more. Year 2 progress report and Year 3 action plan. We have started working with our consultants, Focus Strategies, that's supported with the creation of the Lead Me Home plan, as well as the Year 1 action and progress report and the Year 2 action plan. So we will be recruiting some members of the coalition just to support with the creation of the Year 3 action plan to really steward what we want to do as we're heading into past the halfway mark of our Lead Me Home plan. And we can expect that we'll be presenting, our plan is to present both at our Lead Me Home Summit, which we have pinned in for September. And one other update that I wanted to present too is HMIS licenses. So I wanted to talk with the membership specifically, and I'll be reaching out to the full HMIS users. So within our HMIS contract with WellSky, we have had the opportunity for the past couple of years to support agencies with 50% of the with all to 50% of the licenses. We have quite a bit of an uptick as well as in end users that we've received with HMIS licenses. So it's gone from 87 historically to what we have currently, which is 192, and we expect us to have around 250 going into the next year. This is quite an expense that the coalition will be taking on, and so I wanted to give folks a moment for any questions, but we will have to ask agencies to support 100% of their licenses for HMIS for us to be able to sustain the system. So you will be also receiving some more information about this, and we'll be discussing this with the HMIS Oversight Committee, but I just wanted to bring it to this group as well, that's something that we'll be expecting within this new fiscal year. So yeah, any questions, any comments?
Thank you, Genevieve. Very informative and very thorough. So with that, do I have any other business for the open public forum? Okay, it is 9:46. We're ahead of time, so I ask you take about 9 minutes. Please come back at 5 minutes to 10, and we will start the business meeting with the members. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you in a few minutes.